So I don't know what's more insane, the fact that my Titans just drafted Malik Willis or the fact that I'm currently wearing a shirt with Eeyore on it. But in the 3rd round, the Titans trade up from pick number 90. I think they also had to throw in like a late or early 5th round draft pick to move up 4 spots to 86 and select Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. Now, like, honestly, I'd rather this happen than it not happen. I'd much rather would a Malik Willis right there over anybody else, really. The only other player I was really hoping for selfish reasons we would have taken was Jalen Tolbert, who immediately right after got picked by the Cowboys. Cowboys fans, you got a great one. But this is about Malik Willis. How do I feel? Like, the question is, do I like this pick or do I not like this pick? You'll have to find out that answer after you listen to a word from today's sponsor. I would like to give a massive shout out to ZBiotics for sponsoring today's video. Whether you want tomorrow to be a productive or relaxing day, don't let a few drinks the night before ruin that. And you might be asking, RBT, how do I do that? Well, this, my friends, is how. Drink a bottle of ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic before you start drinking. Combine that with your healthy and responsible drinking habits. When you wake up the next morning, you'll be ready to make the most of your day. I literally just went out with my friends last weekend, and normally I'm afraid of how I'm gonna feel the next day because it's normally horrible. But I took a bottle of ZBiotics with me, drank it beforehand, and the next day I felt like a champion. ZBiotics breaks down the alcohol byproduct responsible for rough mornings after drinking. 1 ZBiotics before you start drinking is all you need to enjoy your night and still look forward to tomorrow. And you can get 15% off your first order of ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink by clicking the link in the description box below and using my code RBT at checkout, or you can just simply go to zbiotics.com/RBT. Once again, that's zbiotics.com/RBT, or you can just click the link in the description box below. And while you're there, I do recommend picking up the 6-pack, and as you guys see, mine's now a 5-pack. And when you do pick up the 6-pack, once again, make sure to use code RBT to get 15% off. There's a really big spider on the floor next to me. Let me go take care of that. Thank you to ZBiotics for sponsoring today's video. Honestly, I think just for the pure value of it on its own, Malik Willis in the 3rd round, like getting closer to the end of the 3rd round, is absolutely incredible. His upside, as we all know, is astronomical. But the question is, can he ever get there? And the good thing is he's not going to be asked to play right away. That is almost a given. And we'll get into that later, the entire situation with Ryan Tannehill. We're talking about Malik Willis on his own. He is 100% without a doubt going to need time. But the good thing about this is, with the fact that he's like getting taken with a 3rd round pick, is the fact that if he doesn't work out, so what? You took a shot on a player that had tremendous potential with a 3rd round pick. Like, keep in mind, this is a guy that was expected by a lot of people to go in the top 10, at least at bare minimum. I would guarantee you, like 90% of the mocks out there from all the experts had Malik Willis going in the 1st round. Most of those in the top 20. Not many people had him falling past the Steelers at 20, and we got him with pick number 86. And this is like the only little small gripe I have so far. We really haven't made the team better this offseason. Well, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, you can see my reaction to the AJ Brown video yesterday, but like, we haven't really made the team better, especially through this draft. All we did was replace AJ Brown. All we did was, in the 2nd round, add a corner that's really not in a huge position of need. I love Roger McCreary, but like, is it really going to make the team that much better, especially not on the offensive side of the ball? Big part in that reason is because he doesn't play offense. Then with our first pick in the 3rd round, we go with an offensive tackle, which I thought was maybe a little bit of a reach, but who am I, dude? I make YouTube videos for a living. Like, I'm fine with the pick. He probably gonna start at right tackle. Dylan Radunz can slide inside the left guard. And then we get Malik Willis in the 3rd, who I think is great value, but it still doesn't make the team better right now. But like long term, I 100% think this pick was worth it. Now, like, what this means is like 2 or 3 different things. Like, what this means is the Titans want to use this to kind of try to push Tannehill, you know, and if he goes out, has a great year, at the end of the year, they can do 1 of 2 things. They can either trade Tannehill to get out of the contract, get, you know, some decent value in return, especially if he had a good season. Like, teams always will. I mean, you saw what they just got from Matt Ryan, you know, so I feel like Ryan Tannehill, if he had a great season, if they were confident Malik Willis moving forward can get out the contract, start Malik Willis in year number 2, and use that money from the Tannehill contract to get rid of, or at least whatever they retain from it, on free agents to bolster the offense. That, what I think, is the most logical explanation. If Malik Willis isn't ready after year 1, and Ryan Tannehill has a bad year, I don't know. That kind of is the worst of scenarios here. If Malik Willis is not ready after year 1 and Ryan Tannehill has a good year, don't want to trade him, maybe then you just keep Tannehill for the duration of his contract, and hopefully by the end of that, Malik Willis is ready to take over as the starter. If not, might have to dip into, the quarterback market, might have to trade for somebody, might have to draft another quarterback. But in the meantime, I think this is a great pick. I'm excited. I was really down, obviously, with what happened leading up to this point, especially trading AJ Brown. But at least, if anything, this brings some hope. Maybe it won't help the team right now. Maybe it will. Maybe it actually will help, be a little wake-up call to Ryan Tannehill. Maybe he's gotten a little bit too comfortable there in Nashville. Actually, he's still in Miami because he didn't report to training camp or the voluntary workouts, whatever it's called. But I'm not an NFL player. I don't know what goes on. But I think hopefully this will, at least in the meantime, Ryan Tannehill, it will serve as a little wake-up call, and hopefully that improves his performance this year. I like it. I think it's a dub.